Hi everyone. Well, as you can see, this is a dryer. And you may be wondering why I have this dryer on the video. Because of this. It seems to start up okay, but whenever I press the button, nothing happens. No sound, no movement, nothing. And this seems to be moving just a little bit too freely. So, I'm going to endeavor to fix this today. If not, then we have to buy a new dryer. Alright, so the next thing to do is I have the pipe for the exhaust that will have to be disconnected and power. So we'll disconnect power. Alrighty. Oh, I don't know when I did this. Kind of a good idea, but I'll have to undo that to pull this out. And the next thing will be actually pulling the whole dryer out so I can disconnect the exhaust pipe. Okay, so I got it out enough now. Let me see. I didn't put any tubing on, any duct tape on this that I can actually remove it. So let's see. Ouch. This isn't easy for me to get to. If I was younger, it wouldn't be a problem. Alrighty, and this will just fall out. Yep. Leave that there. Great. Everything's disconnected. And now I can pull the dryer out further to work on it. There could be two problems with the dryer. It could be something in the circuit board that I have to remove this screw and this screw to get to, or it could be something with the motor that turns the drum, and I'll have to remove this back plate. So let's take this off first and see if maybe we could hopefully discover the problem there. I got these long bits. They come in a 10 or 12 pack, and I think I got them at either Stanford's or possibly Harbor Freight. I'm not sure. These puppies are stubborn little buggers. They don't want to come out. I guess I could just leave them there. We'll see if it moves forward. Can't. Alrighty, so now we have the cover for the circuit board and all its glorious wiring. So I want to take a look at the circuit board under here and see if there's any fuses. Maybe I cycled too much and a fuse blew last night. So maybe I cycled the start too many times. The door came open, which was kind of weird, but I was trying to dry some shoes because I tripped in a little ditch and got my one shoe just completely all muddy. So I wanted to wash them and dry them. Whenever I put them in here, that's whenever this thing decided to quit working. Now, the interesting thing about the circuit board is every connector is actually different. So if you have connectors that are the same, I would advise you to use a picture, take a picture if you're going to take them off. just verify that they're all different before you remove all the connectors. Okay, this one I'm going to have to work at. For some reason, it does not want to come off. Wait, there we go. Okay, so that's all on that side. Now let's come over to this side. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Have to push that down. Okay, I need both hands for this. And it looks like there is just one nut holding this top plastic on. And I'll be able to take that off and access the circuit board. So I got this no-name socket set whenever I was still in the Air Force. I might have got it at Menards, I'm not sure. But it has multiplied since then. You should never leave these sockets alone. They kind of multiply. So, that's what I get for trying to look through the viewfinder. All right, that's off. Where should I leave it? I'll put it up in there. Now, does this just come off? No. Oh. Wait. Oh. I wonder if this just... Yes. Okay, so let's move that in. Oh, I forgot one connector. Okay, so I'll need my hands for that. Alright, so I have... Oops. So I have to lift these two tabs here to get this cover off. Let's see what we have in here. Well, there's a huge resistor. I'm going to have to get my glasses on. Capacitor. Relay. It's not, I don't see any just fuses. Anyway, while I got this apart, I do want to show you something else. Before, the drum wouldn't spin and I was getting an E1 error. As you can see with this one, I wasn't getting any error. But whenever I got the E1 error, I took the circuit board out and this is what I found. Right where that little speck is, there is black solder spray all over this area. And whenever I looked at the circuit board, that joint had no solder in it whatsoever. The relay was open basically because there was no solder there and it wasn't making connection. So I soldered it back up, the E1 went away, and we've been able to use the dryer since. Okay, I checked the thermal fuse in the back and it's reading a short, so that's good. So I'm trying to lift the top off and it's not budging. I'm not sure what's next, but I'm going to take these two screws out to see if maybe that helps lift it off. Okay, I think I got it. I just wasn't pushing hard enough before. I wasn't knowing how much force I needed, but if I push in really hard, then this will lift up. Yay. And then there's one on this side. So let me do this. Yeah, see it? Man, this one just doesn't want to... Okay, I'm going to have to work on that a little bit more. Okay, I got it open. Yay. Yeah, this one, since the lid was lifting a little bit, it was putting tension on here and I couldn't get it off, so I had to kind of push down and push in, and then this moved back far enough that I could get the lid up. There's this line on here, but there's no belt. So I'm wondering if my belt broke. I have this piece here, it looks like felt, and this piece here, I think that I don't think those are the belts. I have a feeling this is where it should have been, but I don't even see it down in there at all. So the next thing is I'm going to have to disconnect the front door switch here, which I won't be able to do with one hand, so I'll have to do that off. And then I'll have to remove this screw and this screw here. And I think that'll take the whole front piece off. So that's my next thing. Let me close that, and then I'll do those three and see where we get with that. Okay, that was a bear to get apart. Just to let you know, it took 2 small screwdrivers, one on each side, to pry up to get this piece to come off. I'm bracing the whole front with my body so that it just doesn't flop forward, but I got the other screw out. Here. And I did have to take the 2 screws out of there because they did keep the top mounted to that. Okay, so let's see if I can pull this. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to need both hands again. Okay, I got the front door off. The other model didn't have this, but as you can see, there's another covering, and if you look right there, I betcha that isn't a good sign. But there's 4 bolts to take that off, 4 screws, and oh, look at that, there's money. But the belt is all just, there it is, the belt broke. So I'm going to have to order another belt. I wonder if the oh man, look at this. Yeah, no wonder it was making all kind of noise. It was just, wow, starting to fall apart. Okay, so I think that's going to end this video. And I'm going to have to get a new belt, order that, get it in, and then we'll finish. So hopefully in a couple weeks, you'll see the repair video of this. All right, have a good day. Bye. Okay, here's the replacement drive belt. I got it from Lowe's. Online it actually said 29 inches, but on here it says 29 inches, 93 inches, but on here it says 92 and a quarter. The guy assured me that it'll become the right size, but this is the same part number as the one for 93 inches. Okay, so I'm going to try installing this tonight and get the dryer working again. All right, this is a little awkward, but I was watching this other video, and to get in here, what the guy did was, instead of leaving this fall back, and I didn't leave it fall back, I kind of leaned it over, but he said that stretches out the hinges in here. So what he did was he took a chain and went from up here to down here. Well, I don't have a chain, but I do have this lanyard that I made whenever I was in the Air Force to hold tools while I was working on aircraft. So I'm going to use this to hold up the lid, but I need both hands to do that, so I can't show you it. Okay, there's the lanyard holding it up. I guess it could have been a little bit shorter than that, but it seems to be working okay. The next thing will be getting the new belt over the drum and putting the drum on this lip, and then getting this piece and sticking it, no, not that piece yet. Getting the drum on over that and getting the new belt on and trying to get it around that fixture. Yay, that's going to be fun. Okay, let's see if this will work. So I got the belt. I'm going to follow the line on here, which shouldn't be difficult. Put this on. And it's twisting on me. Where are you going to twist? There. Okay. Now the line isn't really on that yet. Now what I saw the people do is just lift it up. Stick it on. Whoa. Okay. It's back heavy, so you gotta do that. It could be a little bit dangerous. Now there's also 2 rollers in the back, red rollers, and we need to get the drum over top of them. There. It doesn't really stay on, so I kind of have to hold it up and try to get it mounted. But what I'm going to do is go get an assistant to help with that. Let me see, it's not going to fall over. Okay. So, let me see. So the hardest part was getting this pulley up high enough to get the belt around. But once that happened, and you want to make sure that the belt isn't twisted whenever you get it on, but I had to really push the pulley up. This was the whole way down to here, and it does go up higher, but what you need is this switch right here needs to, I guess, be contacted, or maybe it's normally closed, and whenever it presses on it, it opens it, but it stops the motor from spinning. It basically stops the whole drum assembly from working, but the displays still work, which I didn't know that whenever this first went, or else I would have never went to the circuit board. I would have came down here. But you can see those 2 red discs here. Those are the pulleys in the back, and there's also 2 on the front here, this piece on the bulkhead, and they were kind of difficult, not the back pulleys, but to get the front pulleys in, it was a little bit difficult, and I needed some help, so I didn't get any video of that. But the nice thing is that this screw here and this screw here, you can put the screws in partially, and then they can go, you can see it'll go over this, and then you can hang this on here while you're trying to get the pulleys here and here, get the pulleys under the drum. But it is, and the drum spins now, and I have to put this last screw in here and then tighten all 4. That one, that one, that one, and then this one. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Alright, so here I am tightening up the last of the nuts. That you don't have to really wrench on them. Remember, this is thin metal, so you can, if you're really strong, you could probably break it. You just want to make sure that it doesn't turn anymore. That's a good place to stop. Okay, the next part, before I can bring the lid down, I still have to get the front piece on. So I'm going to pause this because I'm going to have to change camera angles. Okay, so we have to get the front lined up with the housing. Now, I guess the main thing to think of is that, or main point, is that these hooks have to go in here. And there's one on the other side also. And if you notice, this is bent up. And this, it doesn't come over, but it's up. So this has to rest on here. So I'm going to try to do this. Let me see if I can get a good camera angle so you can see the folly. I apologize for the bad camera angle. One of the other videos I'm going to make is a bracket to hold that camera onto my tripod so that I can do things like this. Okay, now I'm trying to align everything, and it appears that I have to bring this up somewhat. Let me see. I need to have the door open to do this. I might. Wrong side. There. Oh, that makes it way harder and lopsided. Oh, okay. There. Oh, that went a lot easier than I thought. Okay, so we'll leave the door closed. I got the 2 hooks up. Those actually were, I guess, the alignment guides for this. And it seemed like it went on real easy. Now, I just have to reach over here, get a screw, take this lanyard off. I moved it back a little bit, and now the top is resting against the exhaust pipe. Okay, now there's a hole that I have to get the screw through in here and get it to start to thread through that little metal flat nut thing. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it up the whole way, but that one actually is on. So let me get the other one here. Oh, and I am out of these kind of screws, so this should be it. So let me start tightening this. It's going in. So is there any way I can? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tighten. Okay, I think that's tight. Oh, shoot. Oh. Yeah, I say that's tight. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, not sure if you were able to see that very well. I had one. This bolt here had to go in to this wire nut thingy that went over the metal, and there's also one down in right there, right here, that I had to do that too. Now I'm going to have to connect this, and it's keyed. You can see it's a little house, and this has a little house also. So I'll put that on. Not sure if I can. No, I'm going to have to turn this off. Okay, so I got this connected. I'm going to have to take the lanyard off. There, that's off. Put that down, and now I should be able to pull the front. And now with the actual, the top, with the front on, you see it has an alignment bracket and this clip, which whenever I let this down, the clip should clip this little piece right here down and keep it from going up. So, oh, I need to open the door for that. Okay, so the door's open. It should be out of the way. Let me get this again. Sorry for the camera. I'm actually holding it. So if you notice, there and over here. Let's see, that's on. Yep, that one's on. And let's see if the door closes. Okay, the door closes. Now, the only 2 things left are this screw and this screw. I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand, or at least do it comprehensively. And I definitely do not want to lose these. You see, they're Phillips. I only have one Phillips driver out here. So let's see how bad I do with it. Oh, please work. Okay. Now this one. I would have preferred having a regular screwdriver, but all right. So let me see if I can get the... Yes. Okay. This is all back together. The next thing that I have to do is come over here and attach the pipe to the bottom because I don't want to start it up without having the exhaust attached. And again, I have to put the camera down to do that. All right. The power cord is plugged in. Let's turn the power on. See if we got anything. Okay. Just gonna try this here. Sweet. So the dryer is fixed and we don't have to go and get a new one of those. Instead of paying a couple $100 to get it fixed for a repair or buying a new one from anywhere from $400 to $1,000, I was able to fix this for basically $19. It was $16.99 plus tax. So at least this is one thing I don't have to worry about and is off my mind. And with the way this year has been, I just pray that everyone has a good New Year's, and hopefully if we can treat everyone the way we want to be treated, that in the future, next year, would be a lot better than this one. Okay, good night, everyone.